Well, before I get ready to go on a hike up this canyon, now I've been there before, but you always got to watch for a number of things. Rattlesnakes are the first thing you got to watch for, because they can be thick on any given day, or you can walk through there on a given day and never see one. This keeps them at bay, or at least lets you know they're around if at all possible. A good walking stick is #1 to me. I have a lot of people talk knives, and I carry flint quite often, but I also carry a dagger that I enjoy. I got it from a friend of mine that passed away, and rest assured, it's an excellent blade. Oh, it's Chinese made, but it's still a good, efficient little dagger, lightweight. When you're on a walk, the last thing you want to do is have to carry a lot of extra weight. Another thing I carry once in a while, not all the time, I either carry a light machete or I carry a tomahawk. Now, I'm going to tell you a tomahawk story. The tomahawk story is this. I was at a black powder shoot, and they throw knives and tomahawks. And I enjoy throwing a hawk and a knife, to say the least. I always have, from kidhood on. And we was after the competition of tomahawk throwing, and I think there were about 20-something throwed. I threw third, so I ain't the best. Don't get me wrong. I ain't expert or anything. I just enjoy throwing them. Be that as it may, and I always throw the smaller one, own a small one. They call them squaw hawks, if you want to call it whatever you want. Some say it's a hissy, a sissy hawk or whatever, and make fun of you for carrying a lightweight one. But when you walk 4 or 5 miles, you'll be glad you carried a 1-pound hawk rather than a 5-pound hawk. Some of them big ones are quite heavy. With that in mind, though, we were throwing, and we were having fun doing it as far as that goes. And there was 2 older men, and those 2 older men in their 60s, maybe close to 70, both throwing and doing fair for their age. And all of a sudden they started arguing, and one of them had picked up the other guy's hawk supposedly, and boy, they got to arguing bad enough that a couple of us stepped in and said, "Hey, calm down here, let's see what's going on." And I looked at both hawks. I asked permission and looked at both of their tomahawks, and they both looked identical. I couldn't tell an inch, any increment that said one was one or one was the other. But that one guy was mad. He said, "That one's mine." And the guy said, "No, it's my tomahawk." And boy, they went round and round, almost came to blows. And from then on, I always marked mine with an electrical red tape on top, bottom, with a white on top. And then I put my name and stamped some names on it and different things. I drilled a hole in the bottom of it so I could hang it if I wanted to, any given where. And there's no question, I've never seen a tomahawk even close to mine for the way it's been made up and the different names, including my name on it. Be that as it may, it's something you want to consider if you're going to be around some good old boys or anywhere. Put your name on things, even on these. I've got a mark on them. I've even got a scratch on this a couple of places so that I know it's my knife. And so you always want to mark your stuff. And it doesn't hurt if you're going to go into a store and you're taking something in there that might be construed that you shoplifted it, put a mark or 2 on it. Make sure it's known that it's your knife, that it's a used item, and it didn't come from them. Protect yourself that way, and you'll get along a lot better. And no use fighting battles unless you have to. And just a few little marks or nicks or whatever you want to do to make it yours prevents that from happening. This is McCook's Mr. Bill. Have a good and a safe hike.